Hello, my name is Gil Zilkha. Welcome to my channel. This is my series entitled Essential Classical Music, where we look at the best recordings of the major classical music works. This video is taken out of my larger video covering the major symphonies. If you enjoy this, I hope you will go over and look at that larger one. Just know that you don't have to watch it all in one big gulp. It is divided into chapters. It's real easy to just click through and choose whichever symphony that you're curious about. So I hope you enjoy it. Now we come to the Brahms Third, which is personally my favorite. It's the first one that I got to know, and it's just such a beautiful, colorful symphony. The third movement has maybe the most appealing theme that Brahms ever wrote. You know, the da 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 dee da 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 dee da da. So for this one, we have one that for me is kind of a slam dunk choice, actually, because of the recording quality and the interpretation. This one is from Claudio Abbado. This is with the Berlin Philharmonic, recorded in 1989. This is part of a complete cycle, which, in my opinion, if you want a good sounding complete Brahms cycle, Abbado is the one to go for. It's wonderful. Everything is wonderfully, beautifully phrased, but it's got great energy, great drama to it as well. The third movement is perfect. In my opinion, not everyone may share that. Some people may think it's a little bit too much on the lush side, on the slow side, but for my money, I've played this for many people, and you know, when I'm introducing them to classical music, I often play them this theme from the Third Symphony, and this is the one I play them, and they're just like, "Oh, it's so gorgeous!" So this is really great. Also, we have, I'm not sure if I've discussed this conductor yet. I probably have not. Eugen Jochum. This is with the London Symphony. It was recorded in 1976. Also part of a complete cycle, also a very consistently good cycle. Jochum was a specialist in the German Romantic repertoire. He was very flexible in the way he conducted, and it's very lush, very beautiful, just wonderfully phrased, and very exciting. This third is probably the best one from his cycle. The way he launches out of the gate at the beginning, it's one of the most exciting that I've heard. Another great third is, we just discussed the second from Bruno Walter. Let's talk about the third. This is a very famous interpretation, and this is one where if you do want that third movement to move a little bit more, Bruno Walter does give you that. In fact, the whole symphony, there's this energy and sparkle that he performs with, and that's probably why this is such a famous recording. And it's got the warmth, and it really is. It's a wonderful interpretation. Sounding excellent in 19, what is it, 19, I think it's like 1960 stereo. However, the third, oh, it's such a great symphony. I got to mention a few more. One, this is also from 1960, and this is also from a complete cycle. This is Rudolf Kempe with the Berlin Philharmonic. It's a little bit hard to find. It's on Testament. And Kempe was just a very natural Brahmsian. He did a great requiem in the 50s, and then he also recorded this cycle with the Berlin Philharmonic. Some of them are in mono. This one is a stereo recording of the third, and it's really one of the best sets around. And if you want to hear just sort of old school German Brahms, but very affectionate and great energy and warmth, this is a great version. Another version from the same year again, 1960, good year for Brahms thirds, is Karajan with the Vienna Philharmonic. This was recorded for Decca, and this is just a beautiful recording. The sound engineering is great for its time. The Vienna Philharmonic sounds wonderful, and Karajan, this is just one of his better interpretations of Brahms, in that it's very focused and very, you know, it's got great warmth and great beauty and drama, and just, you know, he was a natural Brahmsian. He just knew what the music should do. Couple more of the third. This one is from 1955. Here's a conductor we've not talked about, Guido Cantelli. Now, Cantelli was a conductor who unfortunately died young before he really, could hit his stride. So we only have a few recordings by him. But this third, it's a little bit maybe understated, but there's this beautiful glow about it, this naturalness about it. It is in stereo. It's not as full and detailed and as a more modern recording might be, but it still sounds really good. And it's just a sort of like this very immaculately beautiful recording. I don't know how else to put it. It's just got this glow about it, even though it's not the most dramatic sounding Brahms third. It's still very appealing and a great one if you love this symphony. And then finally, I will also recommend another Furtwängler, and this one is a little bit more controversial. A lot of people say that this is the weak link in his Brahms. This is the 1954 Berlin Philharmonic recording, which, by the way, all of Furtwängler's best Brahms is collected into a set that was issued by Music and Arts. So if you want them all together, that is definitely a more economic way to collect them. I've mentioned this one, that's a Deutsche Grammophon. The second is also on Deutsche Grammophon, which means you can find them in this box, which I recommended earlier. Otherwise, I got this single version. It's like a Japanese version. Why is it controversial? It's controversial probably because for this symphony, which in some ways people might argue plays itself, you don't want to tinker with it too much. Furtwängler, of course, it brings more drama and fluctuation to it, but it just works so well. I mean, it really is one of the most exciting, powerful Brahms thirds I've heard, and that third movement is just so beautiful in the way he phrases it, and it's a pretty good sounding live recording for 1954. So as controversial as it might be to some, I still recommend that one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you'll also take time to click the like and subscribe buttons. And with that, I want to wish you all a great day and happy listening.